So we cannot just, blend them and mix them together. You choose one of them. Hi there. Thank you for submitting your essay, your report actually, sorry, for assessment at IELTS Juice. I hope you will submit your essay as well. Anyway, let's read the rubric. The chart below, which I already can see, it's a bar chart, shows the proportion of male and female students studying 6 art-related subjects at a UK university in 2011. The first thing that comes to my head is 2011. And it means my sentences in this report are going to be past simple. The majority of them, almost all my sentences should be about past simple. And I need to write it somewhere, or I don't know, just put it in my head somewhere that I always pay attention to, in a way that it always reminds me, I need to write sentences in the past all the time. And then I need to look at it as this is just information about the UK, not the world, and not just all the UK, it's only one specific university in the UK. So let's look at the bar chart and all the information that it has. I see the 6 art-related topics here. I see their names. And I'm assuming that these numbers are the number of students, because that makes sense. Like a university for philosophy, for example, has 50 male students, but 150 female students. Whoa, what a difference. It's like for every man, there are 3 women, for philosophy at school. All right. The chart below shows the proportion of male and female students studying. Yeah, these are all students, and there are 6. How many? Yeah, there are 6. Okay, understood. Now, I know it's a bar chart. I know it's about one university in the UK. I know it's in 2011. I know my sentences are in the past simple tense. And now there is one thing left before I move on to the report itself. I need to understand what elements catch my eye when I look at these red and blue bars. And the first thing, yes, the difference between male and female is so clear in philosophy. 150, that's 3 times the number of male students. It's huge. It's a huge difference. But that difference is not that huge in this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Another important thing is that in art and design, male students are actually higher than the number of female students. That is not the case in other branches or in other fields of education. In this particular university, again, I insist. And what else is left? I see the most popular topic was English language and literature, English language, and among both men and women. It's another important thing. So far, I have already mentioned 3 things that caught my eye, and I like that because now I can start the report, and I already have one for my introduction, one overview for my introduction, and one for my conclusion. So, and there's still one even left that I can mention in my body paragraph. So we're all ready. Let's dive in. Candidate's response. The bar chart compares the number of male and female students pursuing 6 different categories of art subjects, because there's 6. At one of the universities, good, in the UK in 2011. Very good. This is a very good paraphrasing of the rubric, of the question. I like it. All the elements are there. Very good. The thing I want to add here is that this is just one sentence. I don't like one sentence paragraphs. I I can see the organization looks like a paragraph, but it's not a paragraph. A sentence cannot form a paragraph. You might argue paragraphing is not that important. At task 1, you are right. Paragraphing is not that important. I'm just telling you, maybe we can put an overall over here, because this is the body paragraph, and body paragraphs, we include details, numbers, comparisons, ups and downs, and we include all the elements, the differences. All the details will appear in the paragraph, in the body paragraph, or in body paragraphs, maybe more than one. So all the generic information should be either in the introduction or in the conclusion. And you don't talk about numbers in those two parts. Overall, it appears that females dominated males in 5 of the study areas, which is a very good overview. This is absolutely correct. If I were you, I would have added this sentence all the way up here, and that would create a very nice introduction for me. The body paragraph starts with details from here. The highest number of both males and females were enrolled in the English language and literature class, okay, where 250 accounted for the latter and 225 for the former. I don't need this comma. Let's see. This is, yeah, 250 for the, yeah, and for the former, for males, yeah, 225. Yeah, okay, I can accept that. So 250 accounted for the latter. Latter is females, yeah, males 200. Yeah, correct. I love the grammar here. I love former, latter, good vocabulary, excellent execution. Maybe one comma is needed here because this part is actually giving us extra information. The lowest enrollment was 50 males in the class of philosophy, and for females, the figure was twice the number, but in the history and archaeology section. The lowest for female was in archaeology, history and archaeology, and it was almost twice, a little higher twice. It was more than twice the number. The civic, not was twice the number, it was slightly, not slightly, it was more than twice the number. More than twice means it was 2.5 times more, 2.3 times more, something like that. But in the history and archaeology section, okay. The linguistics and communication and media studies comprised, I don't need this, an almost equal number, because number is countable, of females studying the courses, whereas their male counterparts had reasonable differences. Maybe we could open a pair of parentheses, and inside we could say which numbers are for the male students. We didn't say anything about female students, right? Comprise almost equal number of females. What's that number? We don't know. We need some numbers. We need details are missing here. This needs more development, serious more development, by just saying, yeah, the equal number of females. What's that number? We need that number. Again, you could open a pair of parentheses and just add the number in between. If it's that important and you don't want to change the flow of your message, parentheses are good for that. You can do the same thing with bracketing comma. There are 2 commas that you put here and there over the information. Just in this case, let me see, studying the course. Yeah, females studying the course, you can put a comma here, add that number. What's that number, by the way? equal number of studying the course, the linguistics and communication and media studies. Linguistics for female is 200 and, let's say 40. 240, and for communication and media is about 230. So let's just say 235 for the sake of it. You can say studying the courses, comma, 235 students, comma, whereas their male counterparts had reasonable differences, and we need to report them one by one. So first, this one was 175, and here is 210 or 205 respectively. I can add that part here, 175 and 205 respectively. And that will be the number for male students in those two fields. You either say contrary to some information or in contrast to. So we cannot just, blend them and mix them together. You choose one of them. So in contrast to the domination from females, only the section of art and design attracted more male candidates. Good. Than, spelled with an A, female ones, with a difference of 25. I like it. This is good. You should say a number here. My issue is that you have written only 140 words. And let me just check one thing. We have art and design. We have art and design. We talked about this. We talked about this. We talked about philosophy, linguistics, and the English language and literature. I'm happy that you touched on all elements. So you didn't miss out on all the elements. The problem is the ones that were touched were just touched, and it wasn't very well developed. We didn't have the data. The details were not there. And it is below 150 words. If you write below 150, you will lose a lot of scores for your grammatical range, for your vocabulary range, and also for maybe discourse markers range. Those are the words that connect one sentence to another. And also you will lose marks for your task achievement. So you might lose 1.5 scores totally. That's a lot. So let's look at the band descriptors here. I'm not surprised. The majority of them, sadly, are because we didn't have enough range. Remember that grammar plays a very important role here. Punctuation plays an important role in understanding. You can see the range here. We acknowledge the range of vocabulary. The range of vocabulary actually was better than the range of grammar. And the errors in vocabulary didn't affect our understanding. But if your verb is present, not past, it's a grammar mistake, and it affects the understanding of the individual, because we think this is the data, which is not. The data that you and I are looking at, this data, these numbers are not the numbers. They were the numbers in 2011. Now, if you go to the university, to the same university in the UK, check their numbers are definitely different. So if you use present simple grammar, that is confusing. And of course, some of them needed more development. I personally like the overview and the overviews that you put in the introduction and the conclusion. One thing is the organization. This is something missing. We didn't have a sentence telling us what we are going to read ahead, like how the information is organized. We just read a report. We did at the beginning of the body paragraph. I didn't know which subject is first, which one is last, how we are going to move between data points here, there. So there is overall progression, but it's very overall. It's not very specific. Specific means at every sentence, at every paragraph, I know what I'm going to read next. That is when your progression is very clear and logical. I didn't see that logic in the data information. And I also told you that the paragraphing needs more work. But paragraphing is not effective here. This is effective for your coherence and cohesion. Anyway, below this post, you can find the improved version. We tried to make this writing into 7 so that you can see the potential you have to improve your work, and you start working on it. And thank you again for using IELTS Juice services. I hope I'll be, as I said at the beginning, I hope I'll be assessing your essay next time. Thank you and take care.